What's next? I love being an introvert in the C19 precaution society with social distancing and being safe, wearing masks. Mostly because people remain 6 feet from each other pretty routinely, and those who don't are shunned, which me as an introvert love. And without, I don't want to insult anyone, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but telling somebody please step back because you're invading my personal space no longer is a factor anymore. Now people are seen as rude who step within 6 feet of you without, you acknowledging them and accepting them and bringing them closer to you. And it might sound selfish, but I have no control over the situation. Part of me does firmly believe that the C19 thing is real, but it's overblown. It's not half as bad as what they project it out to be, because the statistics don't indicate that it is that dangerous to relatively healthy people. And the places that need the most precautions had the highest precautions, which were nursing homes and hospitals, which, nursing homes had a very high mortality rate, which, because they were locked down, they shouldn't have been that factor. But mistakes are made, and they have a very, low immunity, so that's a problem. And where they put the highest precautions didn't seem to do a very good job. But I don't mind wearing the masks because I get to have the 6 feet circumference around me, and no one will bother me. No one will see bad upon me for saying please step back. Actually, everyone pretty much encourages each other to please step back. And there's some Indian pipes, which are cool. Also, I can go to lunch outside and sit at a bench. They're kind of encouraging sitting at the corners of the bench, 6 feet from each other. But there were other benches that, further away from everybody, where you can kind of sit alone because people kind of like stay, in the shade or something like that. And me not sitting with somebody, I'm not seen as a weird antisocial person. I'm just seeing a person who might be afraid of catching the COVID from other people, which I'm really not, because I'm a relatively healthy person. I exercise quite a bit. I take vitamins. I try to eat healthy. I do the best I can for a 50-year-old guy. But honestly, with this pandemic, I am living my best life. And part of me thinks that maybe I shouldn't be enjoying it as much as I do, because people are suffering. So people are suffering with the fear of the virus. People are suffering with those who they know have had the virus. And people are suffering with the idea of what these precautions are doing to their social life. Because some people really survive off their interaction with others. The extroverts are really probably having a heck of a time functioning in the new world. Although I do know some extroverts who personally were suffering, and I was not the best at offering any consolation, and said to them, I'm living my best life. You extroverts had the world. You extroverts had your hugging and kissing everyone, shaking hands and being buddy-buddy, and us introverts who don't like that kind of thing were kind of shunned and told, oh, don't be antisocial. Well, now the introverts are the norm. I just wanted to celebrate my introvert nature, because now that they're lowering restrictions and slowly removing social distancing things, although pretty much everything is pretty much in place, but they're kind of loosening some of the rules. because then there's the word of the second phase. But the second phase won't be COVID-19, it'll be COVID-20. But no one wants to talk about that. Oh well. It's not my factor, not my problem. I don't have any force on it because even though I don't believe in the virus being that pathogenic, I love the rules and I follow the rules to the T. I love, basically, if I have to interact with people at the stores, I like to follow how the arrows go, and although not everyone does, and not everyone wears their mask correctly, I do. So it's all fun. So I get to have the best of both worlds. I get to not have the fear of the virus, and I also get to wallow in the beauty of social distancing. And hopefully everyone will get what they want out of this world, because I do believe good will prevail. And at the end of the day, that's the best way of living. Living your best happy life no matter what the circumstances. I guess that's it. What's next?